Hi, so this is the third video in our series. Uh, alright, alright. Hi, this is the third video in our series on how to use portals. For this video, we'll be compiling a secondary tileset. Now, a lot of it is the same as making a primary tileset. The first step, of course, making a directory where all of our where our raw tileset is going to be. So let's go ahead and do that. Make a poor tile secondary tutorial in our home directory. Then after that, we'll need to make a bunch of bottom, middle, and we need to make the PNGs with the transparent color for poor tiles. So let's make that. And then save this as bottom.png. Then you need to go there, open it up in Windows, then you can copy, literally just copy this and then just rename them to middle and top. Then you need to open them in Sprite or whatever you're using for image software, whether it's Sprite, LibreSprite, or GraphicsScale. Once you have them open, you need to grab whatever it is you're using, whatever you're grabbing tiles from to open these. So I'm just using what's in the tutorial already. So these are the three that the tutorial uses. So I downloaded them, as well as this additional tile set. This is just a bunch of greenery from the Team Aqua asset repo. Specifically, this is Rathack's individual tiles. So pretty good, just to add some variety. So for these, you're just gonna copy them into their specific stuff. So bottom, the middle, then top to top. For this one, to show how to layer tiles a bit more, let's grab this big tree here. Yeah, scroll. So let's grab this tree. What you can do in Sprite, which is really nice, once you have a grid, and then you have this selected, the rectangular marquee selected, you can double click and then you can drag, and it snaps to the grid just like that. So for this one, let's copy this and then let's put this on the middle, and then you can, of course, and then you can do Shift S to snap the grid. There's a hole. Let's patch that up real quick. And then you can color this in with the transparency if you want this area to be, oh shit, if you want it to be hold on, if you want the area beneath it to be grass or the same grass, yeah, you can copy this and then snap to the grid. And then here you can just put basically erase this by going with a brush and just drawing on it. I wanted that, let me draw on it. Oh, that's, it's still snapping to the grid. So I'll just cut to when I've already done this. Right, I've now removed all of the grass underneath, and then since I realized it would clash with this one for the top layer, I moved this here. And you might be wondering, Ruby, why do you need, what's the difference between these layers? Well, basically, the bottom and middle layers are going to be the ones that your player is going to appear on top of if they're walking on it. And at the top layer, well, it's going to render on top of your player. So if you see our top layer here, it has the top of this sunflower. So for this tile set, since we want the, oh shit, What the fuck is that? Since we have our since we want this to be like, of course, on top of the player, since it's the very top of the tree, we're gonna need to match where it is here. So it's gonna be roughly where our underneath this one. And again, we can turn on the grid to help us. Then Shift S to enable snap to grid. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we have successfully added to our bottom, middle, and top. Don't serve. And once you have all three of those, next we'll need to be compiling it. After you've made your tileset in PoryMap, you'll need to now compile the tileset. Now the command is pretty much the same. So you have porytiles, then the subcommand of compiling a secondary, enabling all errors, specifying what the output directory is. So in this case, it's my ROM hacks here. So it should be like whatever directory your ROM hack is in, your project is in, and then your ROM hack, then slash data, tileset secondary, and the name of the tileset. Then after that, where the raw tileset is, so it's in the home directory, porytile secondary tutorial. After that, you need to pair it with a primary tileset, and it has to be the raw version of that primary tileset. So in this case, it's the porytiles primary tutorial. This will not work if you pair it with a compiled tileset, whether you compiled it, whether it's from the game already, like an existing one, or if it's from the repo, like if they have been made for plugging in, as it were, they will not work. It has to be the raw version, and by raw I mean like this version, the one that is not compiled yet, something that is in the same format as porytiles. And then lastly, once you have your paired primary tileset, lastly, of course, you need the metal tile behaviors. So let's see if this runs properly. Right. So see attribute CSV, attributes file did not exist, so it's just gonna put the default being metal tile normal, and then the error for assigning the cache. So it's just making an assign.cache, and then the note here, full parameter search matrix for the palettes. These are just for the palettes, and then it says 2 warnings generated. But other than that, it's fully compiled. So if we reload our project here, first off, let's save it, and then let's reload it. And once it's compiled, you can see it's all here. So you can just put this in, kind of sunflower. Then we got this little tree here that we ported in, and I'm a dumbass because I forgot to uh I guess I forgot to set this up properly. But if you did set this up properly, this should not look like this. Let's see if we can fix it really quick in our in here. Okay, I see what I did wrong. So for this one, I'm supposed to add grass to the middle here. All right, let's try let's rerun the command to see if it fixed itself. So if we go to PoryMap, then reload the project, it should be fixed. As you can see, I was able to fix it. Yay! So before we cap off the tutorial for compiling tilesets here, I'm just gonna run this in the game. So let's go to. I'm just gonna go to my project, and then I'm gonna make it. I'll run the game to show you guys like this is a full map that you can walk around in and stuff. Alrighty, so we're finally here in the uh map that we just made. The video might lag a bit just because my PC probably can't handle it, but as you can see, we're all it's a fully functional map. I haven't set the borders properly, so it looks a little weird. But yeah, so for as you can see, for the top layer with these trees, we go underneath it. For this tree as well, the top layer we go underneath it. For this flower, underneath it. But since we I haven't put collisions yet, we just walk all over. Uh, anything that's on the middle or bottom layers will always render underneath the player. So yeah, uh, that's it for this tutorial. And for our next tutorial, I will close this before my computer explodes from having both OBS and MGBA up. And for our next tutorial, we'll be having the animations. So yeah, thanks for watching.